I wanted to talk about and to ask you about the interrelation between the blockchain financial system, the crypto financial system, and the banks. And I want to use this beautiful, frightening expose by Bloomberg last week by Zikfa on, and sorry if I mispronounce the name, on Tether. It's really pretty extraordinarily. I mean, it's almost amusing if it wasn't so worrying. He basically goes on a quest to find the 69 billion that Tether says uses to back its stable coins, and doesn't find them. They are supposed to be in commercial paper or in bonds or in something safe, but no trader has ever seen any Tether money being traded in any way remotely similar to a safe investment. So you could say, well, you know, these are people taking risks with their money, etc., etc. But I mean, part of the expose's point is that the interconnections between this crypto risk and the real economy might be much larger than it seems. So my first question, Mr. Campa, is: suppose that the traders really finally come to the senses, or at least from my perspective will be coming to the senses, and liquidate these investments. Suppose that Tether indeed doesn't have, or similar companies like that, doesn't have anything backing up these investments, these assets, and they have to liquidate them at a loss, and there is a run. That's normal in banks. These people operate exactly like a bank. They get money in and they give it up in bitcoins. Could the losses cascade into the financial system? Would there be a risk to European and other banks that you would find worrying? Is there a risk from the crypto side of the world to our banks, and how would we manage it? It seems like a lot of money. It seems like a large company. Second, also, this is more to Madame Touminen. What is your view on this regulatory black hole that all these investments, or you could probably call them financial products and not answer me, but what is your view on how we should be regulating this? Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the question. If the short answer, I would say, is the run of the crypto assets an increasing area of risk and concern? The answer is yes, clearly. It's an increasing area of risk and concern. Now, if the question is it a systemic cause of risk and concern? We've been monitoring over the last 4 years, every year, the exposure that banks, European banks in particular, have to the crypto market. By exposure, actually, I said we'll be monitoring in 2 dimensions. One is the direct exposure. How much of these assets do they exist in their balance sheets because they hold them? And second one is a measure of their indirect exposure, which is how much do they recommend their customers to actively asset or purchase these banks. So this type of assets, how much do they act as intermediaries, so they might be subject to what I would like to say conduct risk. Our assessment so far has been that both of those risks are limited at this stage. You know, both the amount of assets, of crypto assets that are in the balance sheets of banks is very small, and the engagement of banks in directly advising and recommending these products to their customers, we also assess them to be low. However, we are concerned about this issue, and early in the spring, jointly with ESMA, we issued an opinion a communication in which we stated our concerns, and we recommended consumers, indicating that these were high-risk products and that investment in them should be taken very carefully, and that they should be properly assessed the risk with the likelihood that the value of these products or these assets at some point may end up at zero. I think that in a different link area but related, obviously regulating these products is an important step forward. In that sense, the MiCA legislation, as I say in my initial remarks, is important that we move forward on that and we finalize it. Let me stop here. Thank you.